Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Raw. Your host, Henry Jacobson, here with you, and this program is brought to you by THQ. Now, we've had a lot of crazy matches over the years, but I think this really could top it, and it's called the Elimination Chamber. And first I'll get to the rules in a moment, but who's involved is the Intercontinental Champion, and he will be defending that belt in this matchup. And it is Bowser, the champion, and he's going to defend it against the likes of Mr. McMahon, Bradshaw of the Acolytes, and then you have the team of Eddie Guerrero and Don Francisco, who I mentioned before in that previous match who he was. And last but definitely not least, Bill Cosby. So, as far as the rules of this match, you know what? I'm going to explain it as we go, so give me a moment. And match underway in this matchup now. Two of the six competitors were actually, all six competitors drew, they drew numbers. They didn't draw numbers, did they? No, they drew pieces of paper to find out who would start, and then the other four competitors would be locked up in a little mini chamber that you see in the corners of the ring, and a random number generator is going to determine who the next person's going to be that comes out of that little mini chamber. So, of course, whoever enters last will definitely have the physical advantage as well as the odds in their favor. Whereas the first two competitors, they're going to have to last the entire match in order for them to win. So you have Bradshaw of the Acolytes, and then you have Eddie Guerrero, or who's up now? Well, it's the leader of the corporation, and we also saw him in that previous match, and that's Mr. McMahon. So really, 4 of the 6 competitors that are in this match have already wrestled a match. So I would have to think that while they may be tired, they might, still be, there's an old saying, once you get going, you can't be stopped. Well, that might be true. And while they might be fatigued, they might also have the luxury of, continuing. All right, let me slow down. They have the luxury of continuing where they left off, which is what I was trying to say. So right now, Mr. McMahon is the third man to enter, which is much better than starting out, but not by that much. All right, here comes number 4. All right, who's up now? And it is the champion, Bowser. So the champion does have the advantage of the fact that, number 1, he just entered at number 4, which is halfway there. And number 2, he didn't wrestle the last match, so physically he's fresh. Oh, and then a kick right to the back of Bradshaw. So yeah, this continues until all 6 men have entered. Once all 6 men have entered, actually, you can be eliminated before, at any time. That is, once you're in the match, which is what I meant to say. Sorry, I forgot to mention that little fact there. Oh, and another thing, if Bowser wins the match, not only does he retain the championship, but he also gets a shot at the World Wrestling Federation Championship. So Bowser does have something to fight for, and Bradshaw has just been busted open. And, whoa, nice move by Eddie Guerrero. And here comes Bill Cosby, and he's the other guy that has yet to enter. In fact, he was not in that last match, though, so this is his first match. And for Don Francisco, he's the last of the 4 that have already wrestled, but he's going to enter last, so he'll have enough time to rest. And once he gets in, he'll have to fight. And wait, what's Bill Cosby doing? What the hell kind of a submission is that? I've never seen a submission like that before, but he's hurting Bradshaw, and Bradshaw's already busted open as it is. Is Bradshaw going to tap out? And Bradshaw, well, I think he passed out, actually. So Bradshaw is gone. He was one of the first two to enter, but he's the first one out. And before Don Francisco enters the ring. Well, so now we have had all 6 men enter. One of them is already eliminated in Bradshaw. So now we have Don Francisco from the show Sábado Gigante on Univision, which is a great show. Do check that out. Especially if you're a Latino or if you speak Spanish or whatnot. I mean, that's a great show to watch. And, whoa, what kind of move was that by Bill Cosby? I've never seen a move like that before. But just as I say that, he goes right after Don Francisco. Pinfall on Eddie Guerrero. Nope, not even a 1 count on Eddie Guerrero. Of course, Bill Cosby is coming off a loss of his, or not his, rather. He's coming off a loss in which he lost the 24/7 championship, so I'm pretty sure Bill Cosby would love nothing more than to win a championship again. And now wait, a gory bomb onto Mr. McMahon. Oh, but before he could do anything, wait a minute. Whoa, what a move. And actually, he just did Don Francisco's move against him. But of course, you know, Bowser has done that move long before Don Francisco has, so it should not be unusual, really. Nope, not even a 1 count on Eddie Guerrero. And a takedown on a Bill Cosby. And it looks like Don Francisco and Eddie Guerrero still fighting over the fact that they were actually fighting in that Rumble for the Gold, even though it was a tag team variation of it, but still. And then a drop kick onto Eddie Guerrero. I mean, it's a and okay, what the hell is Bill Cosby doing? I mean, well, whatever he was doing, he's back in the ring. A pump handle slam onto Mr. McMahon. So right now, Bowser is just dominating Mr. McMahon. And I have to say, Eddie Guerrero, even though he entered the match, and whoa, how did Mr. McMahon get the strength to pick up Bowser and just, you know, pick him up like he's nothing? I mean, I guess he must have had his Wheaties today, because I don't know how he did it otherwise. And I got something in my eye, shoot. Forgive me. And an atomic drop onto Mr. McMahon, and then a bull rush onto Mr. McMahon. And now Don Francisco's going to pick up Mr. McMahon, and okay, what kind of move is that from Bill Cosby? I mean, I'm telling you, Bill Cosby's coming up with moves I've never seen before. And I would never expect, and folks, give me a moment. Okay, folks, I'm sorry, we had a little bit of technical difficulties, but you didn't really miss much anyway. A 1 count on Eddie Guerrero. I mean, other than Bradshaw, we haven't had an elimination for quite some time, and I would have to think that the longer this match goes, the more likely we're going to get some people dropping out like flies. And then a clothesline on to Mr. McMahon. Inverted atomic drop onto Don Francisco. And then a trip onto Bill Cosby. And thrown outside is Eddie Guerrero onto the steel floor. I mean, that floor is made out of steel, and that's something you don't want to feel. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, not that I've ever been in a match like this, because we've never had a match like this before. And meanwhile, Mr. McMahon fighting back against Bowser, and now wait. Jello Slammo onto Eddie Guerrero. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. So the Jello Slammo claims another victim. This time it was Eddie Guerrero, and Eddie Guerrero was among the first 2 men to enter, and he's the next guy out. So now the man that's been in there the longest at this point is Mr. McMahon. And inverted suplex onto Mr. McMahon. And whoa, what kind of move is that by Bill Cosby? A flip? and then a leg drop, and then not even a 1 count on Bowser, but that was an impressive move otherwise by Bill Cosby. I'm telling you, the man with the Jello pudding is putting on a clinic. And it looks like Mr. McMahon and Don Francisco are going to fight on the outside as Mr. McMahon gets thrown into the wall, and then a fallaway slam onto the wall, on the floor, onto Mr. McMahon, and not even a 1 count. I mean, I'll tell you one thing, Mr. McMahon has got to be made of steel, because a lesser man, wait a minute, Max Stunner onto Don Francisco. No, not even a 1 count on Don Francisco. And meanwhile in the ring, nope, just a 1 count on Bowser. So it's Bowser and Bill Cosby going at each other. I mean, I never thought I would ever utter the sentence Bill Cosby and Bowser in the same sentence. I never would have thought that. Same thing with Mr. McMahon and Don Francisco. As Don Francisco gets thrown back inside the ring, which probably might be the safest place in the world. Alright, now all 4 men are back in the ring now. Whipped into the corner, and then a clothesline on a Bill Cosby. And now wait. Nope, not even a 1 count on Bill Cosby. Nope, not a 1 count on Don Francisco. And now, wait. Oh, don't tell me he's going to do this. Don't tell me he's going to do this. Wow, he is stuffing his yam bag right in the face of Bowser. I mean, is he going to win because of this? Nope. I guess only Deadpool is the only one that's weak to other people's yam bags. And meanwhile, Don Francisco's still doing a number on Mr. McMahon. And, uh-oh. Royal Flush onto Mr. McMahon. No, wait, who got the cover first? Oh, it was Don Francisco on Mr. McMahon, and Mr. McMahon is gone. Well, I'll tell you one thing. You have Bowser, you have Bill Cosby, and then you have Don Francisco. Now Bill Cosby goes for the cover. 1. Nope, kick out by Bowser. Of course, Bowser would be the biggest threat in the ring, even though actually it was Don Francisco who entered last, but wait, is that a pinfall cover? Wow, I've never seen a pinfall cover by Bill Cosby before, of all things. And then a dropkick onto Bowser. And, whoa, what a neck breaker by Bill Cosby of all things. I mean, I've never seen a neck breaker like that before. I'm telling you, Bill Cosby's coming up with some very innovative offense. And then a clothesline, not so innovative, but yet so effective. And now Don Francisco going after Bowser. A Russian leg sweep on the Bowser. And, whoa! A double leg drop on the stomach of Bowser. As now Bill Cosby goes after Mr. Sábado Gigante, Don Francisco. And no way. A royal flush on the Don Francisco? Don't tell me that's going to be enough to beat him. 1. Nope. I didn't think so. I mean, you almost never win a match using another person's finisher. I'm sorry, but it normally never happens. And then a back suplex with a pinfall cover. 1. No, kick out by Don Francisco. And, wow! Another sunset flip drop on a Bowser. Oh, but just as I say that, Bowser just counters. I mean, it looks like Bowser, yeah, the match is starting to take its toll on him. And now, wait, what's Bill Cosby doing? Uh-oh, he's got a modified sharpshooter. Or I'm sorry, that's an inverted sharpshooter, never mind. But he's got it on Bowser, and is he going to make Bowser tap out? If he does, then we're going to have ourselves a new Intercontinental Champion. and Bowser just could not take the pain anymore as Bill Cosby eliminates him. And now we're down to Don Francisco and Bill Cosby. And is Bill Cosby going to make Don Francisco fall asleep to this one? Yep, he does. So the winner and the new Intercontinental Champion, Bill Cosby. Just listen to that. Just listen to the applause here. But folks, Bill Cosby is the new Intercontinental Champion. So I have to wonder, who's going to stop this guy? Who is going to stop Bill Cosby and his path of destruction? Albeit, even though it's kind of, unusual, but hey, I mean, Bill Cosby has really been tearing it up. But Bill Cosby is the new Intercontinental Champion. But folks, we still have yet one match left to go. Stay tuned, it's coming up right after this.